once you have sliced up your chicken, you come in here with your curry powder and your olive oil, spray down, get a nice coat, and powder the hell out of it. Don't forget your salt liberally, and don't forget your pepper. Once you've gotten all those things in there, just give it a nice good mix around. Make sure everything's getting a good coat. I feel like mine could use a little more oil and a little more curry. Season it as you feel comfortable, but I'll tell you what, from my experience, there's really no way to over season this. It just gets better tasting the more you put in, so be conservative the first time and make it more adventurous as you go along. Okay, so I have an electric oven. I've got mine set to like a medium high, so, and then I put some oil here into my pan. If you've got non-stick, you don't necessarily need the oil in the pan. I like it though to add even more flavor. If you have a skillet, you definitely are going to need, like if you have iron or steel, you will definitely need to put oil in. We'll be adding in our chicken there. We'll be putting in the rest of the seasonings as we're getting into the later stages here, but this is just for right now. We're gonna have to get our chicken basically cooked, and we're gonna get it to the right color that we want. So we'll just throw that in and I'll come back in a moment. My chicken's been cooking on here for about 5 minutes. About the time that I put my chicken on is when I have my pot of water. I start to boil, get that put onto a boil, and get it ready for the rice. Generally speaking, the chicken doesn't take very long. It's about an 8, maybe 10-minute long process to cook the chicken. The rice takes about 18 minutes to cook, depending on your stove and what you're cooking the rice, the type. It's going to be reducing the broth and making the gravy. That takes the longest amount of time. That's like almost 15-20 minutes, depending. So once the chicken has gotten a little bit darker, a little blacker, we've seen the liquids reduce and it's starting to basically burn on a little bit. It'll look like it's charring, but it's not really. We just want a little bit. Don't let it burn, but basically you want it to the point where, right now, this is non-stick, so it's not the best example of it, but as you can see, there's nothing really left behind. It's still got lots of juices coming out. We want basically almost all the juice almost gone. And then we're going to add in chicken broth and season that broth with some water, and then with some cornstarch, and that will then pump back in the juice and make sure everything is cooked right and bring in a lot of flavor. Okay, so we have it on a simmer. I've already added the garbanzo beans and the broth water mixture, as well as cornstarch to help kind of give it a gravy-like texture. You then want to have it just kind of stay like this and reduce for a while. The spinach is in there as well to help give it some greens. Just leave that covered and let it soak up and hopefully reduce a little more. Rice is finishing up nicely over here. Once we no longer see the bubbles, but the air holes are all the way. Once the bubbles are gone, we'll know it's done and good to go. Moving down below, we're going to get ready to throw the naan in the oven, and that only needs to be in there for 4 minutes. So we should be like 6-7 minutes away from go time.